Hello, we're here in the majestic redwoods of Northern California, and I'm sitting here with Colt Briner and Brian Weller, who's joining me today to talk about their initiative, Rad Creative.
So I want to follow up what you were just saying about how technology has been a process of augmentation, right? Augmenting the physicality, augmenting the mental. What I see us entering into, it is a continuance of that augmentation, but now what we're augmenting is the human element of self-realization. We're talking about we're moving up the Maslow's pyramid here, and we can see that the technology has enhanced us, and that's the progression, right? It's enhanced us in our physicality, it's enhanced us in our mental, and now we're getting into enhancing the self-actualization. As we gain access to these technologies, what we might envision or imagine ourselves stepping into and creating, right, in that exercise of self-actualization is becoming without limit. Technology is bringing us the tools to approach self-actualization in a radical way. And this is phenomenal. That's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the seminar, right? It's to understand what the technologies are and then equip people with the techniques, with the knowledge, with everything that they need in order to get after that, right? So how can people and businesses become radical creators as empowered by these things?
Right. Yeah. And it's, I guess it can be scary.
Absolutely. It sounds like you guys are tackling a tsunami and and looking at the beach and asking everybody to come with you.
Yeah.
This is the thing about when any of us really reflect upon those moments in our lives when we've experienced some insight or breakthrough. Right? It's often preceded by some issue we're facing, some problems that we're, maybe something really scary, something we don't know how to handle.
Yeah.
Right? And, one face of that emotion is fear.
Absolutely.
And, if you think about what the word fear, it's one way of understanding that is FEAR, future event assumed real. That fear is always about a future, whether it's the next moment or sometime into the future. It's taking us out of here and now.
Yep.
Right? And that's where the Greek word phobia comes from. Phobius. It means flight. Right? We're literally fleeing out of ourselves. We get disassociated, and this is very disempowering. So coming back to radical creativity, by giving people access to the tools, the knowledge, the skills, and realize that they can become masters of their own creative process, whether they're in business teams or startups or changing their careers, that is the most powerful, that's the most radical thing that we could offer.
Agreed.
Right? And there's another take on this too. And this is something that Colt and I have been exploring for a number of years. And that is the concept of mastery itself. We talk about mastering radical creativity. But what is mastery?
Good question.
Right? And what we've come up with is a kind of it's really a working definition, and it goes like this: that mastery is the ability to create something consistently well over time. Now, if you take each of those keywords, firstly, it's an ability. That means we're able to do it. And it's the ability to do what? To create or generate something consistently well over time. So, for example, a master potter, right, is someone who can has the ability to create pots consistently well over time. Right? A master filmmaker can create films consistently well over time. That's what mastery is, right? So coming back to fear, how do we master fear? By realizing we have the ability to create fear consistently well over time. Now, what does that mean? It means that we create it. And that's the truth of the matter. Fear is a response we have to something that occurs, either within us or outside.
Yeah.
But when you realize it's your response, you can take responsibility. And when you know how you do that, how you create that, you can then master it. All right? So when we talk about mastering radical creativity, if you pivot onto that, getting the insight into how we radically create consistently well over time will give us mastery. It takes practice, it takes courage, it takes what it takes in a world full of massive shifts and changes. But my God, is it exciting.
Yes.
Right? This is what it's worth waking up in the morning for.
Yeah.
And this is what Colt and I are really jamming on. And this seminar, by the way, is the first of many. And we don't only give seminars, we give keynotes, and we give master classes in this whole topic. This is I really want to emphasize this. Radical creativity is the topic of our time.
It is.
It's the preeminent topic of our time. And we're loving it.
Totally.
It's palpable.
Well, right on. The other thing I'll say about fear in this context, it is daunting, right? The change is daunting. The challenges are daunting. Even the opportunity is daunting. I think one of the ways that you really can step into addressing that is having the awareness, right? So like, wow, there's a lot here. But when you have the tools and you're comfortable with the tools, you know what they are and you're comfortable with using them, you're comfortable in your own self, and you have an awareness that your own mastery is in process, then you get comfortable facing these things. I mean, you can think of any circumstance. You open the hood of a car and you're like, okay, there's a lot here. But if you watch the YouTube videos, right, and then you had all the right tools there, you open the hood, have a different experience, right? So we're kind of opening the hood on this change that's coming and wanting people to have that sense of, I have my tools here and I know how to use them. That's what we're really doing.
Nice.
Well, from Redwoods to Oahu, hopefully we will all be chatting very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for your time today. It's been a great honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.